What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today we're going to look at the Bowling Green Pro Style Playbook in College Football 25. This is a cool little playbook in terms of what it does. It's got a lot of shotgun like most playbooks, but it's got a good, healthy dose of single back. So if you like that combination of formations, then this playbook may be for you. So we're going to go over the formations, concepts, play types, and personnel, and hopefully by the end of the video, you'll have a good idea of what this playbook is all about. So again, this is like half shotgun, half single back. A little bit more shotgun than single back, but it's just a good mix of the two. So let's just start there with the formations. I'm actually going to start with the shotgun first, and let's look at starting off split slot offset. We got 9 plays there. That's a 20 personnel look with those 2 backs and 0 tight ends. Then we get into our first 12 personnel. That's 1 back, 2 tight ends. Wing flex offset. Then we got U off trips, another 2 tight end look. Then we get into our first 11 personnel formation, doubles flex. Then we got normal Y off close, normal Y off weak. Then we got wing trips weak, tray. Then we got bunch open tight end. Then we got spread double flex. It looks 4 wide, but your top tight end 0 is still out there, so it's still 11 personnel. Then we get into trio 4 wide receiver strong, our first true 4 wide look in the playbook. And then we got tray open offset. Your tight end is back in there again. Then we get to empty Y flex. That is 11 personnel. All those empty ones usually have your halfback and tight end in there by default. So what I usually like to do is look for the little pre-snap motion mini schemes. Those are nice little drive starters, or you can run your entire scheme off of those. Starting off split slot offset, we got a swing combination. We got the read swing. It's a nice RPO. We got a double pass. So it's a trick play. Then you got a play action stutter go. We got more halfback swing. We got motion PAY cross, inside zone, and then motion PA double post. I'm going to go ahead and select PAY cross. I'm a big just air raid guy, and I think this is pretty cool. This is air raid, just a little pre-snap motion built into it. Let's see if I can go over here. Wide open, little cross. Again, that's the whole play is kind of designed for that particular route, but you got some other good routes to work with as well. Really cool play, but I like the little window dressing on top of that. Keep on going. We got more pre-snap motion. Every single play in this formation has some window dressing. Motion spot. Then we got a triple option play. Then there's that motion Y cross, but it's a different one. You got the other halfback going in the other direction, which is pretty neat. All right, let's look at the next one. Wing flex offset. Do we have any pre-snap motion here? We do. We got a jailbreak screen. We got a Y lead read option, and we got a PA slide. Notice those last 2 plays has your tight end running that same type of motion. Then the screen, that's your halfback going up. I'm going to call this PA slide. That looks pretty cool. Let's go up against like a 4-2-5. So here we got just basic Y cross again, more or less, but the whole play is kind of designed around your tight end, just getting him out in the flat. Going to get a little play action going right here. And just a nice little dump off to him, pick up some easy yardage there. Of course, you got backside post if you need it as well. So that's a pretty cool little setup. We'll keep on going. Do we have any more? That is it for that formation. What about the next one? U off trips. Do we have any pre-snap motion here? We do not. What about doubles flex? We got some Z motion. We got a mesh spot, flanker drive, Z spot. Notice every single one of those has that Z receiver going out in motion first before snapping the ball. Normal Y off close. Here's our first jet sweep action of the day. We got a play action jet sweep. We got the actual touch pass. We got the fake on top of that. We also got a jet pass fake zone if you need it as well. I think that's it for that formation. What about normal Y off weak? Do we have any here? We do not. What about wing trips weak? I don't see any there. What about tray? I don't think we usually have any there. Bunch open tight end. We don't have any there. Spread double flex. Usually the more spread out you go, the less pre-snap motion you're going to find. What about trio? I don't see any. Tray open offset. Here we have, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of the 4 wide formations have pre-snap motion, but this one does. We got basic mesh. We got a cross screen. We got Y shallow cross. I'm going to go ahead and select this cross screen because that looks just really sexy. Let's go up against like random nickel. So notice that. That's like mesh on steroids in a sense. You got 2 drags going one way and like another drag going the other. Go over here, and I got sagged, or I'm fixing to get sagged. Either way, pretty cool play. I think that's really neat that it is in there. You keep on going, empty Y flex. So this is another situation where a lot of the empty formations don't have pre-snap motion, but this one does. Look at that jet sweep, play action jet sweep. on top of that. So there's a lot of pre-snap motion and all that shotgun, but we're not done. We got all this single back. This is the main reason why you would pick this playbook, because of all the extra single back stuff you could do. Starting off wing tight, this is a 13 personnel formation, though you got those 3 tight ends out there. Then we got wing tight Z. It's pretty much the reverse of wing tight. Then we got wing slot. It's a 12 personnel with those 2 tight ends. A lot of plays there, 21. Then we got doubles Y off, 11 personnel, and then we got Y trips. And now we're back to wing tight. So again, this one, expect a lot of jet sweep. So you come through here, do we have any pre-snap motion? There you go. We got the zone fake jet. We got a play action jet sweep. I'm going to call the regular jet sweep. We'll go up against like 4-2-5. Great plays just to get the ball to your best receivers. If you can get out of here, just kind of get around them. Nope, just pretty good defense there. But either way, it's there if you need it, especially out of a humongous formation like that. Keep on going. Wing tight Z. We got a little tight end motion, that PA power O. We also got halfback power O if you need it. So we got any more? Yes, we do. We got that H-back going in motion with a PAY corner. That looks pretty cool. And we got the same dude doing the same thing, except he's going over to the left with his power toss. I'm going to go ahead and call this one. Nice little lead in with a power toss if you can get that extra blocker, which something like this, cut up field. No, just pretty good defense in general. But anyway, I think that's pretty cool if you need an extra blocker without having to do any manual work yourself on that one. Wing slot, here we go. More jet sweep. We got the basic jet sweep. We got the fake. We got play action on top of that. We got more jet sweep. We got halfback bash, split zone, play action jet PA boot. Then we got a jet halfback power, jet PA boot slide, look at all this. Pre-snap motion, incredible. Halfback power O, there's the play action on top of that. You keep on going. I mean, just a lot of pre-snap motion. Doubles Y off. Look at all this jet sweep, some more. We got the basic jet. We got a split zone. We got PA jet boot. We got a boot screen. We got a fake jet. Then we got PA jet sweep scissors. And then we got more jet sweep. We got play action on top of that. We got a PAY screen. We got another play action on top of that. Just a great playbook in terms of all this pre-snap motion and jet sweep. There's more halfback power O and play action on top of that. So this is very similar to the Kentucky and Washington playbook. So kind of keep that in mind. Those are very, in terms of all the jet sweeps. So here's another jet sweep mini series with the Y trips. We got the fake, we got the jet sweep weak, and we got a play action on top of that. Look at all this crazy stuff. We got a sprint Y leak. We got a sprint screen. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Really cool. So this is, again, the main reason why you pick this playbook. All those jet sweeps, all this single back, and of course a lot of that jet sweep stuff is in the shotgun as well. We got one more formation to look at, that is full house tight. If you just want to change things up, 3rd and short, 4th and short, this is a good one for you. There's not a lot of craziness in this one, just a lot of run and some play action built into it. So let's talk about the personnel. I'm going to go over here. We've already mentioned a lot of this. The bulk of this is going to be 11 personnel, but we got a good chunk of 12 personnel. I really like that. You're going to need that for all those jet sweeps, having that tight end off the edge to block for you. Then we got 23 is just your goal line. 20, that's your one, the split slot offset from the gun. Then we got 20, let's say 13. Yeah, we got wing tight and wing tight Z. So a very tight end friendly playbook, to say the least. And we even got a little 4 wide if you need it with that trio 4 wide receiver strong. And we got the empty flex. So I actually told you wrong. This is technically by default a 4 wide look. Most, like the rest of the empty formations in this game, usually have your halfback in there by default, but this one it's not. It's a 4 wide look. So forgive me for misquoting that earlier. All right, let's talk about the concepts. We've already looked at a lot of the formations and what the plays are in it, but now you can kind of group the plays here. So notice the play count. It's a decent sized playbook, but we got a ton of running. You notice we're going to go down to the basic runs. Look, we got 4 jet sweeps. Well, we actually have way more than that. Those are just under center. All your jet touch passes, those are jet sweeps as well, but those are from the shotgun. Those are technically pass plays, which we'll look at a little bit later. But you got inside zone, 24 here. So the bulk of your run game is going to be inside zone and jet sweep on top of that. Look at all these fake jet sweeps. So again, jet sweep, inside zone, you're going to be doing those back and forth a whole lot. You got a couple ISOs, you got 12 powers, so it's not all inside zone. You can do a little pulling action with a guard if needed. Notice some of these jet sweeps have built-in pulling linemen of some sort. If you got that much power, you should have a little bit of counter to go with it, and we do. We got 8 counters to go with those powers. We got 9 draws, so there's a lot of drop back passing in this playbook, which means you need to incorporate some of these draws. I'm gonna go ahead and call a draw. I think draws work pretty well. You just got to be mindful of the blocking like that. Again, if you're going to do a lot of drop back at all, implement some of these draws. There's no reason not to. They go really well together. Outside zone. So outside zone is going to work really well with that inside zone. But notice some of these jet sweeps. There was one right there, but a lot of these stretches and whatnot, again, inside zone and outside zone go really well together. That's your zone blocking scheme. We got 3 sweeps, so we got a couple of traps, and we got that one reverse. So a really cool, diverse, basic run game. We haven't even talked about the option yet, but you notice at the play camp, we don't have nowhere near as much option as we do run. So you go to option, we got 5 RPO peaks. There's a swing, a slant, basic Y flat type stuff, and we got a little wide receiver peak screens and things of that nature. We got 9 RPO alerts. These are bubbles, alert outs. I'm a big alert out fan. Those are just nice, simple pre-snap. So you notice that corner on the right is pretty far off that out receiver. So I could just get a quick, easy yardage right there if my quarterback can make a decent throw. But anyway, this is very simple stuff. I really enjoy those. You have 9 of those. Those are my favorite. Between the alert outs and the bubble screens, you really can't go wrong with those. We got 3 inverted veers. We got 1 option, and we got our load option, which is technically speed. And then we got 8 read options. Pretty typical in most of these playbooks. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I'm just not all that great at it. I prefer the speed option a little bit better. And we do got that 1 triple we just looked at earlier. And we got some RPO reads to go with that. So you got the Y flats. We got more bubbles, glance routes, things of that nature. So you got a nice, healthy RPO game built into this playbook. Pretty cool. Let's look at the quick passing. We got 3 Ohios if you like the go out combo. We got an Omaha. We got 5 slant. If you got that much slant, you should have that much stick. But we got 1 spacing, and we got 6 sticks. So stick and spacing tend to go together. Let's look at the medium pass. We have 10 double moves, so pretty much any play that's got a double move route of some sort, they just kind of dump it here. 4 drives, that's your dig and drag going in the same direction. We got 4 slot crosses. We've already looked at a couple of those plays. Not all of them are dumped here either. We saw some of those motion Y crosses, and another one we saw earlier, they put it somewhere else. Smash, 18 of these. So basic smash if you need the hitch and flag, or if you need the corner flat combo, it's all right here. This is probably my favorite, this gun empty Y flex. It's a shallow cross in the middle with a smash on the back side. I mean, just really neat looking. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one. So you can kind of look at this either way. My mesh is just draggish. He's just wide open. So we're going to go to him. We're not going to get a whole lot of yards out of it. But either way, it's just a neat combination of route concepts. I think that's pretty cool. You keep on going. We got 5 choice plays, just pretty much any route that's an option route. They kind of dump it here. Notice those are some of those RPOs we looked at. 13 curls, any type of curl or a hitch, they will dump it here. Then we got 2 levels. We got 8 mesh. So I'm a big mesh guy. It just works really well in this game. And there's 8 of them. That's a good high number for it being a pro style attack. 6 Salem. Then we got 2 shakes. We got a few shallow crosses. We looked at one of them earlier. Notice, yeah, there's that gun empty Y flex one. Then we got 7 spots. So the spot, this is where the pro style passing attack kind of comes into play. If you're going to see that much spot in the playbook, that's probably one of the reasons why they call it pro style. But notice all the little spot routes. I think those are really nice, little triangle read to one side. And we got a Texas route. So we got a little bit less deep pass, but enough here to work with. We got 9 comebacks. I'm a big comeback fan, really good against man and sometimes against zone. We got 6 daggers if you like the slot go with a dig underneath it. We got 6 double posts, and I'm not the biggest fan of those. Flood, we got 12 of these. I love flood. Just, again, you got a man-side beater on one end, and you got zone on the other. You got 11 verticals. We got 4 meals. We got 7 Portlands, and we got shot plays. So all those play actions off those jet sweeps and things of that nature, and just basic inside zone. This is we're going to call off of those inside zones. We got 5 switches, and we got that one. It says 1 Y cross, but we know better. We got a whole lot more than that. All right, play action. It says we only got 10, but we know better. There's a lot more play action in this playbook, like a whole lot more. We're going to check here in a second. Screens, it says we got 9 flanker screens. Some of these are the RPOs we've already looked at. 4 bubbles, but if you go over to play type, you go over to pass, and you go to screens, we got 17 true screens. Those old school screens. Basic wide receiver screens, halfback slip screens. I'm going to call this halfback slip screen. I think these work pretty well. You usually got backside something. You got like an out route here, and you got like a little vertical concept on one end. But this is all about the halfback getting the ball like this, and hopefully you can get decent blocking from your offensive line and such. Again, just a very simple way to get the ball in your halfback's hands, and that's what matters there. Keep on going. Again, there's 17 of these. Half of them are halfback related. The other ones are receiver related. Look at the play action. 51 total play actions, but since this playbook is so jet sweep oriented, it makes complete sense to have those on top of basic play actions and boots and things of that nature. So again, the base of this offense is running inside zone, outside zone, jet sweep, play action off of all of that stuff. 51 there, more than what you would ever need. We can look at runs in a different way. We got 44 inside handoffs. So that's a pretty good chunk compared to only 13 outside. So again, the bulk of your run game from the halfback standpoint will be between the tackles, but you'll have all those jet sweeps to go to the outside. We got a few pitches. We got those counters we looked at. We got those draws I suggest you use, especially if you're going to do any drop back. We got a fullback run, and we got the QB run that's just out of goal line normal. We only got 13 total option plays. This is not an option playbook, but you got a little bit here if you need it, but it's very basic stuff. We do got 19 RPOs. I think that's a good enough number if you just want to sprinkle in like a basic bubble or an alert screen. You got more than enough peaks, reads, and alerts to work with for sure. So again, this is a pretty cool playbook. I like it. You know, if it comes down, if you need a lot of jet sweep, if you need a lot of under center, if you need a lot of single back, this is a great playbook for you. Again, look also at the Kentucky playbook and also look at the Washington playbook. All three of them are pretty similar to this one. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.